never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To talk about the different segment, for the engaging about story. Tope Oginni, let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Good evening to you, my lovely and beautiful viewers and singles out there. I'm here once again this week on another exciting episode of Before You Say I Do, and my name still remains Tope Oginni. How has it been with you? How was your week? How has everything that you have been learning on Before You Say I Do? How is your relationships? I want to hear more about your relationship stories, your success stories, your challenges in your relationship. I'm always available to read them all. Please keep them coming in. Yes, we are here again today and this week for another exciting and beautiful moment to learn on Before You Say I Do. For those who are just coming in, Before You Say I Do is a program for the singles, for those who are already engaged, for those who are in courtship already and they still have more things to learn before they say I do, for those who are about starting a relationship, in whichever category that you fall into, as long as you are a single, as long as you have not yet said I do, this program is a must watch for you. And like we always advise, that whatever relationship issue you are being faced with, please don't hesitate to drop them on that WhatsApp number that is scrolling on your screen. What we do on Before You Say I Do, as the name implies, is to prepare you ahead of the marital journey that you are about to take, and it's also to educate you, to inform you, and to enlighten you, and to help you in order for you not to be married and be saying, had I known all of these things. All those things that you need to know is what we talk about on Before You Say I Do, so that you will be enlightening, so that you will know, so that you'll be well informed. And also, we also equip you ahead of that same marital journey that you are about to embark on, because we believe that it's a journey that you have not been into, and you need to know how to pass through that journey before saying I do. So on this program, we also want you to have a godly centered relationship that will lead to a godly centered home. We want you to have a blossom. We want you to have a flourishing. We want you to have a happy home. We want to have an healthy relationship. Even while you are still in your relationship right now, we expect you to enjoy your relationship, and not to enjoy it. We want you to know that Before You Say I Do is a program that you must watch. And on this program, we have some segments. We have the relationship segments. We also have the recommended book segments. We recommend books for our singles so that it will guide them even after teaching, after lecturing, after giving you some information. On this program, we still believe that learning does not stop anywhere. You still have the opportunity to learn further, and that's why we always provide the relationship tip as well, give you a book to read that will further your reading and help you the more in your relationship. So this week, quickly, I want to go to the relationship tips for this week's episode of Before You Say I Do. Yes, I want you to know that in relationship that will lead to marriage, there are something that we call red flags. There's something that we call warning flags. There's something that we call caution. There's something that we call danger zone. That is a no-go. Once you see them, once you identify them, don't compromise. If you cannot change, or if you cannot stop those things while in a relationship, it may be difficult when you get married, or it may even get worse. So it's better for you if you can work on it now, work it out now while you are in that relationship. It's better you do that. So today I want to tell us about some characters, people, the kind of people that we have, so that you know the kind of people that you want to marry. There are some people that once you are able to identify this thing I want to talk about them, though the choice is for you, even though we want the best for you on this program, and it is because of the best that we want for you that make us to put up a program like this to educate our singles, you know. Now, people you should never marry. People you should never marry. If you can't change them in your relationship, it's better you don't marry them. You don't go ahead and marry such people. The eldest marriages, relationships are not made up of two seemingly perfect people. I want you to get that. Even if I'm going to talk about people that you should never marry, that does not mean that you are going to get a perfect person to marry that have everything, that has everything in a man or in a woman. There will always be a but. But no matter what the but is, it will be something that you know that you can manage, something that you know that you can work with, something that you know that you can cope with in your mind. It's not something that you feel that, oh, I can't live with this. But two forgiving people, when we are talking about my relationships or marriages, it's not about people that are, but it's about people who are able to forgive one another, who have the capacity by the grace of God to forgive one another and to keep offering forgiveness to one another. So are you out there ready to keep offering forgiveness to one another in your relationship or in your marriage? Because I want you to know there will be issues. You won't step on each other's toes is a lie. You will not offend her, she will not offend you is a lie. You will both offend each other at a particular point in time in your marriage or in your relationship. But what makes that relationship interesting and exciting is when you are able to forgive one another, because you must definitely step on each other's toes or on one another's toes, the way you see it. So now, people you should never marry. Number one, unbeliever. The unbeliever. Be careful not to settle for less than what God will want for the spiritual health and care of your marriage. Marriages can be tough at times. Add to that the pressure of oppressing spiritual views, and you may be in big trouble. Like I said, there will be issues in marriages, and for you now to marry somebody who is unspiritual, somebody who is not a believer, when you marry somebody who is a believer, you are able to steer the boat together. You are able to cross the hurdle together. What do I mean? Spiritually, you can always pray together. Go on spiritual exercise to fight your battle. But if you are now married to somebody who is not a believer, it will worsen that situation. So if you have to marry somebody that is not spiritually up there, is not the person for you to get married to. The abuser, no one deserves to be abused. Move quickly away from who brings you physical, verbal, or deep emotional harm. If you come across any man or woman who is an abuser, please run as fast as you can. If he or she cannot stop abusing you either physically, verbally, or emotionally while you're in that relationship, it won't stop when you are both married. So once you come across people like that before you say anything, he slaps you, before you say anything, she abuses you verbally, you know, he abuses you emotionally, and he doesn't even care whether you are touched or not about the feelings, about what he or she said to you. Please move away. The addicts. These are people that are addicted to alcohol, drugs, pornography, or destructive habits that will lead to deep troubles ahead. Deep troubles, what I mean, we have some people that are married today. They are crying in their marriage as a result of getting married to people like this who are addicted to alcohol, women, pornography, drugs. It has now become difficult for them to take it away from them, and the women are crying seriously in their marriage. The men are crying seriously in their marriage on what to do. So if you are able to discover that your partner is an addict of all these that I've mentioned, drugs, alcohol, women, is a cheat, is a serial cheat, you know, is addicted to women, is addicted to drugs, is addicted to pornography. There was a case that we treated in our issues in marriage for the married ones, that a man said that they've been married for years, and she just discovered, I mean a woman rather, that she just discovered that her husband of 7 years is addicted to pornography, I mean masturbation. So I know with masturbation, as singles, you can't dictate that. You know, as Christians who are dating, it will be very difficult for you to detect that, and that's where you need prayers, that God should send the right person to you. And you too, if you are asking God for the right person, be the right person too. Once you are the right person and you pray for the right person will come to you. You cannot be somebody that is bad and you are expecting somebody that is good. So you now go and use your own bad ways now to corrupt the good ways of that person. So you too must be a good person. So the deceiver, the liars, every marriage must be built on trust. Without this as a firm foundation, you are in for trouble. If you discover that your partner is not a trustworthy person, please just allow him or her to go. Allow him or her to go. Because marriages, relationships are built on trust. Trust is the foundation of every relationship and marriages. If you cannot trust your partner as a single, will it be when you are married that it will be trusted? If you travel and your wife is the only one at home and you are not at rest of mind where you are, what kind of marriage is that? You should be able to have a peace of mind wherever you go, wherever you should be rest assured that your wife that is at home, she's safe. Even if you are not there, you should have rest of mind over her. So if you are in a relationship that you are already doubting your partner now, it's better you allow that person to go. Another one is the narcissist. The narcissist. If the relationship before marriage seems to constantly be all about her or him, you know that some people now, it is about him, it is about her. They don't want you to move with anybody. They don't want you relating with your family members, with your friends. It is just about him, about her. The mention of I want to go and say hi to my friends brings trouble. I want to go and say hi to my mommy brings trouble. We have people too who are in marriages right now that their spouse hardly allow them to visit their parents, to visit their friends. So if you are the type that you know that you always have friends around you, you are the outgoing type, you are the outspoken, that you are an extrovert, that you always have people around you, then you don't waste your time by marrying such person, because if you get married to him, he will always want you to himself. She will always want you to herself. She wouldn't want you to relate with any friends or with any family members. So you need to be very careful. Then we have the gold diggers, the big spender. There are some men, there are some ladies, they are gold diggers. They are into that relationship because of what they want to get. You know them, you've had them, and that's why you parted ways with some of them. So if you're able to identify that your partner is a gold digger, is in that relationship because of what he or she wants to get from you, it's not because he or she loves you. We have some, they are big spender. Just give them money like this in the morning. Ask them before 12 o'clock. They've told you how much. I've spent everything. So if you know that you are the type that you know how to keep money, don't even go near that man or that lady. You've studied her. You've known that is who he or she is. If you get married to her, they are the type of people that if you invest in that kind of woman, instead of using that money for the business, she knows where to take that money to, and you will always be fighting, you will always be quarreling, you will always be shouting on her. There's nothing you can do. It's late. So if you're able to identify such a lady or man now, it is still a relationship. Not yet, you have not said I do. You can still allow him or her to go, that I can't cope with this kind of life. Big spender, or somebody who is into your relationship to get from your pocket. The day you give, that's the day she will laugh, she will smile, she will do everything for you. The day you say I don't have, you will not see a green light. Same applies to men. Some men too, they are dating some lady now because of what they can get from them, because she has a good paying job, because she has a good apartment, because the parents are wealthy. That's the reason. It's not as if that he or she really loves that particular person. So if we are able to recognize that kind of a person, please, that's no love. The controller, the manipulator, they know how to control. This person is subtle. See, one thing about the controller and the manipulator is that, hey, it's not easy to dictate, though. It's not, because they are very subtle. They are the nicest of people. They are the kindest of people. They are the lovable kind of people. They will show you all the love. Hey, and underneath, they are controlling. They are manipulative, but you wouldn't know. You will think that, oh, he loves me. It's because he loves me. It's because she loves me. This person is subtle. Dangerous behavior can indicate big trouble ahead. What might be disguised as I just care about you, you know? It's because I care about you. It's because I love you. That's why I'm doing all of this. Can really be a need for constant control. You know, he or she will be using that to control and manipulating your life. And you too, when you hear it's because he loves me, it's because she likes me, it's because he cares about me, oh, that's why he's doing all of this thing, you wouldn't know that he's a controller. Wait until you see I do. That's where you will see the true color of this kind of people. So please watch it. She may dominate and strive to make decisions for you. They are dominating. They want to make decisions for you. They don't want you to have a life of your own. They don't want you to have the life. They always want to be in charge of everything that concerns you, especially in regards to whom you spend your time with. He or she might check on you frequently, keep close tabs, or falsely accuse you of cheating. You know all these things. Singles, you understand what I'm saying. You know them. You've met them before, or right now you are even in a relationship with them. So all this thing I'm saying, I know you understand what I mean. So if you are seeing, you know them, that, oh, this one is a controller, is a manipulator. The angry or contentious person. If your partner can't control his or her temper before you are married, he or she must certainly won't after you are married. You get that? In most cases, he or her behavior will worsen. No matter what her personality type, it still doesn't give you room to plow over anyone in a pathway with cruel words and rants. Take time to see how he or she responds in different scenarios, especially when they are under pressure. Check them when they are under pressure, like maybe when he doesn't have a job. You need to see his reaction, how he reacts, how he respond to issues when he or she is under pressure. That's when you know this kind of people. Then, lastly, the one who won't leave the nest. It is difficult to leave a future of someone who is still attached to mommy's apron. Everything is about mommy. When you discuss anything with him, I want to go and tell mommy first. I want to tell my mother first. I want to tell my mother first. Are you ready to go on with such kind of a man? It won't stop at that. So even in your marriage, everything that you have to do, you must consult the mother first before you can execute anything, any plan you put. If you tell him, oh, why don't we go and spend our vacation in London? Let me tell mommy first. Why don't you let us go and buy land and start building? Let me tell my mommy first. Are you ready for that kind of a marriage? Are you ready to go into the marriage with that kind of man? If you know you are not ready, please don't look at yourself as if, oh, I am over age. I've stayed too long. And this one, let me just manage him. Don't ever settle for less, because God has the best for you, and the best he will always give to his children who are patient enough, who rely on him to give them the best. And I pray for you that the spirit of patience, God will give it to you. In that relationship, you will never make mistake. Perhaps you have made a mistake already. God will deliver you from that mistake and error in Jesus' name. I've come to the end of today's relationship tip. Quickly, I want to go on a break. When I come back, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere.
We have tasted the sweetness of your kindness. Caught a glimpse of your glory in the sun, and the promise in your word, it still reminds us there are greater things to come. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. God, your peace is beyond our understanding. Tender mercy like a river flowing through. You wait with patient arms to hold us, desperate for the chance to show us all we really need is you. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. We are only scratching the surface. We are barely knocking on the door. We are only scratching the surface of your goodness. We are barely knocking on the door, and you long to show us more. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. We are daughters and sons held in your arms. We are daughters and sons adopted and loved by you.
Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television, the only relationship program for singles and those who are already in relationship and those who are about to marry. Yes, my name still remains Tope Oginni. Quickly, let's go to our topic for today. On today's program, we want to talk about important things to know about your partner in a relationship. Important things. Are there things that you need to know about your partner? You that you are in a relationship, I'm asking you, do you think there are things that you need to know before saying I do? Or how well do you even know your partner, that same partner that you are in a relationship with right now? How well do you know him or her? Do they have the qualities that help you to become a better person? Do they have habits that make you think twice about your relationship? You know, there's some relationship that, in fact, you are in it right now, but you are still thinking. You are still thinking, can I go on with this relationship? Can this relationship lead to marriage? Can it ever survive? Have you had the chance to get to know both the best and the worst parts of your partner? Because most times what we want to know about ourselves is the good sides. Is the good side. Oh, he's nice, he's kind, he's generous, he takes good care of me, he's this, he's beautiful, she's this. That's just all. Do you ever know that your partner has the bad side, the worst side of their life? And have you ever asked about those bad sides of them? Everybody has. Even you that you are watching me, you have your own. Now, these are the questions that, if answered, can help you to realize if you are with the right person or not. Like before you said, we always tell you as singles that you should define every relationship that you go into. Don't just go into a relationship and you start counting months, years without defining it, without even knowing where it is heading into. It is wrong. It is not until when your relationship now becomes like 4 years, that's when you now realize that you now start asking questions, where are we heading to? Or you begin to say, I don't even know much about this person after 4 years relationship. That's not good enough. You are not serious. If you are just knowing, if you are just getting to know more about somebody in 4 years or after 4 years, then you are not serious. You as a person, you are not serious too. These are the questions that you should have asked yourselves in the early part of your relationship. So it will help you to know whether you should go ahead in that relationship, whether those qualities you discuss with that person are the ones that is okay for you, or are the ones that you like, or are the ones that you want in your man or in the lady. But many people often do that. They don't do that. You meet somebody and the next thing is, all other things follow. Not the main things that will help your relationship. So that's why we want to talk about it. That some important things to know. However, you should also keep in mind that not all relationships, yes, we keep saying it, not all relationships are perfect, and keeping an open mind about which imperfections are worth you understanding is important. Now, let's look at those important things that you need to know about your partner in a relationship. For those of you that you are there, please go along with me. And for those of you that you are not yet in a relationship, go along with me. And I'm sure you get to know a lot. And it will help you for you that you're about to start your own relationship. Number one thing that you have to look out for is their life story. Both the good and the bad parts. Everybody have life story. Everybody has the good and the bad parts. When we were growing up, we have the good side of us, we have the bad side. So many people believe in love at first sight, and they say that it can be the start of something beautiful. But however, most people learn their lessons the hard way, and they realize that love is not enough to make a relationship last. Love is not enough. That's the truth. Love is just one of the reasons to make relationship last, but it's not just enough. There are other things that you need to know. You also need other factors, and more important is to get to know your partner for who he or she is, and it does not stop here. You also have to fully accept that you can discover as you unravel the life story, especially the bad parts. So, what are the bad parts of your relationship, of your partner, that you know about? It's just the good part. Oh, he went to school. Oh, he's a good person. He's nice. But I'm telling you, the same nice person has been bad at one point in time. You need to ask him or her. He or she will open to you no matter how bad it is. It is now left for you to know if you are ready to go along. Another one is a list of the things and habits that annoy them. This is very common in relationships, and that's why you keep annoying one another, because you don't even know what annoys me and what annoys the other person. If we are able to know what annoys one another, then it will be a no-go area. You know that, oh, if I do this, it will annoy him. If I talk like this, it will annoy her. So you'll be very conscious and you'll be very careful, so that you don't say things. You that you want to have a happy relationship, you want to have a peaceful relationship, you want to have a healthy relationship, and you don't want it to be all the time quarreling, fighting, insulting one another, shouting at one another, then you need to know what annoys him, what annoys her. Where are those things? What are those things that she doesn't like you saying to her? That you started again. No, I don't like you. I've told you that I don't like you saying that to me. I don't like you saying that to me. Those are the things that turns them off. Those are the things that get someone angry. So you need to know. You need to ask. You just ask in your relationship. I just want to know. Can you just tell me what are those things that even gets you angry? What are those things that gets you annoyed? She will tell you, me, I don't like people who lies. I don't like people. I don't like a guy who cheats. I don't like a guy who is not trustworthy. I don't like a lady who is not trustworthy. I don't like a lady who is not this. You two will open up to one another, and that will help your relationship, because now you've been able to know what annoys one another, and to you it's like once you want to get to that, you know, if I should say it, she will get angry. If I should say it, he will get angry. So you just be conscious of it. If every person has a list of things that annoy them, and knowing every item on your partner's list is really important. So know what annoys him. Their favorite things and people. Make a list of the things and people that make them smile, and find it in your own heart to treasure them. There was a particular film that I watched. That lady, they were in a relationship, and that in the course of their discussion, the lady always tells the guy that that she likes this particular musician. I can't really remember his name now. That she likes this particular musician, and she never knew that the guy hold on to that particular thing, that particular discussion. On the day of their wedding, after they left the church, it was the guy that he was invited to come and play at their reception. Oh, what a surprise. When it was time, you know, they now planning that the guy should not show face. Don't show face yet too. When it is time for the couples dance, that's when you should just come up with your lovely voice. Let her begin to wonder, is it that this guy is physically here, or they are just playing the music? And when it was time for the couples dance, gangan, the musician just started with the voice, and the lady was looking around, was looking everywhere. Is this artist physically here, or is it that they are playing the album? And to her surprise, the artist just walked up to her, and she was so surprised, but she was happy that, oh, I've always been dreaming of meeting you. The husband made a day. So make a list of the people that your partner likes, that he or she likes to be with, he or she likes to relate with, and make them your friends. So even if there are issues between you, you can always go to that person, to those people, because you know that once those people talk to him or her, he or she will listen to them. So what are those favorite things that you like? Make sure you have a list of them. It is important that you are aware of those important pieces of your significant other's life. Apart from showing that you are actually care, it is thoughtful of acknowledging the reality that our happiness or his happiness is different from yours. So what are those things? What are those people that they like? Make a list of them. Make friends with them. Once in a while, call them and let them tell him or her, oh, she called me today to check on me. He called me today to check on me. All these things make people happy and make them feel belonging. That is knowing your partner and what they like. Another thing is the things that fuel their temper. Everybody have their temperaments. We've talked about temperament on this program. So you have to know what fuel your partner's temperament. What makes them angry? What are the things, events or actions that make them explode? What makes them explode? What are those things that you say? What are those things that you do that makes them explode? That you see the other side of them that makes you fear? Is this who this person is? You should ask. You should know. Another one is the memories that make them cry. We have all at one time in our life cried over some things. People who are close to their parents, but their parents are dead. People who are close to their friends. People who are close to some certain people. You know, some things, some friends have broken up with them. All these memories, they have lost admission. They have lost important things in their life. They have lost dreams, visions that have made them cry. Ask her, what are those things? What are those memories that anytime you remember, it makes you cry? What are those that I want to share? I want to be part of it. Share them with me. Be free with him. Be free with her. Make him happy. Make her happy. Ask questions. He or she will tell you. And if you be ready. Be ready to cry with him. Because once you start talking about those things, he will cry again. So be ready to see him or her cry while sharing those memories with you. So what is the essence of it? Is for you to know that, oh, these are the particular, maybe this is a particular photo or something, or a particular place or an event that whenever I remember those events or those people or those places that make him, you need to know. Understanding sadness and how people keep memories can help you to get to know them better. You know, it's just to make you to know them better. That this particular thing, if I should talk about it, if I should mention it, it will make my partner cry, it will make him sad, and I don't want him to be sad. So you know that you don't even go there. It will make him moody. It will make me not to enjoy him all the rest of the day. So don't let me just go there. Their dreams and their aspirations. Their dreams and aspirations. What are the things that they look forward to? You need to know what are the things that your partner look forward to. What are their aspirations, and you should share in them. You should help them to, you should assist them in making sure that they actualize those dreams and those aspirations. You should be part of them. You should not be the carefree type. I don't care. His dreams are just his own. Our dreams is not mine. No, you should be part of their dreams. You should be part of their aspirations, and you should help them. Knowing help you wherever they want to relax, and you know that their dreams, their wonderful dreams, this will help you to assist them, to always be like reminding them, have you forgotten that you are supposed to do this? You know you have not done this. You are yet to, you promise that you are going to see this person, you promise that you are going to do this. You know, that's assisting them because you know already. But if you don't know, if you don't ask, you wouldn't know, and you wouldn't know how to assist or how to help. So you need to know about their dreams and aspirations. The lines that make them laugh. What are those things that make your partner laugh? That, oh, you know, do you know why that is important? So that when he's sad, when you know that your partner is sad or is moody, since you know what makes him laugh, and you know that there's no how that you mention that particular thing, no matter how moody, no matter how sad, he or she, once he hear that thing, he or she must laugh by force. So it's important you know what makes them laugh, so that when they are annoyed, when they are angry, you just say that thing, and before you know it, the person will be laughing. You will see the good side of that person, and it will make your relationship to be lively. So it's very, very important for you to ask to what are those things that always make you happy. Know the humorous part of your partner, those things that makes them funny, those things that makes them crack joke, and you both laugh about it. Please find out about all this. Their frustrations and their defeats. What are the things that reminded them that people don't always get what they want? Even if they deserve it, you need to know. What are their frustrations? What are their defeats? In which way have they been defeated? What are those things that they want to do and they could not achieve them? You need to know. The list of their favorite food. The list of their favorite, what do they like? This will help you too. When you know their favorite, by the time you say I do, those are the things that when he's angry, just go and make his favorite food. When he's ready, when he doesn't want, darling, today I made your favorite food, is on the table. Even if he's angry, he will just use that anger, go and finish his best food, his favorite food. So you need to know. Perhaps it is the thing that people don't look at, that what is in food, what is me knowing about is food. But it's very, very important. What's their favorite food? You should also know their favorite restaurant. You know, bachelors, especially for the men, when they are single, they know all the restaurants in Nigeria. Let me use that word. Even if they travel abroad, they know all the restaurants because they don't cook at home. So you as a lady, you can ask him, when you are a bachelor, what are the restaurants you normally visit? Let me know them. Then even in your relationship, you can just tell him, okay, one of these days, please let us go there together. Let us go and eat there. Let us go and see the place. Even in your marriage, sometimes if you want to go out, you can decide that, oh, those your restaurant that you used to go to when you were a bachelor, let us visit them now. And you go there together, and you will be surprised when they get there. Uncle, you see the way they will be greeting him and all of that, because he's a well-known face and well-known person in that restaurant. It's just part of it. It's just to make your relationship interesting. What are the type of food that they love? Japanese or British food? Is it local food? Is it Niger food? Which one? You should know all of this. Then you can just take them on a memorable visit to one of these. The people who broke their heart is very important. to talk about the people who have broken their hearts. Don't shy away from that. Talk about it. Accept their past and the people who have contributed to how they view the world now. Because if you don't ask, he may still be holding on to that breakup, and that he may be using that against you in your relationship. He or she may even extend it to your mind. So it's very important you know the people who have broken their heart in the past. What happened? You will learn from what happened, you know. So it is very, very important that you talk about it. It is necessary to step fully understand your partner inside and out. However, be careful and make sure that you have an open mind to accept. Another thing on that is you should be ready to accept whatever they tell you about their breakup. Don't use it against them. You ask a question, you want to know. So it's not left for you to remain in that relationship or you just take a walk, but don't use it against them. Learn to accept whatever they tell you that has happened in their past relationship, in their broken relationship, or in their own past, the way they live their life. When they tell you, be ready to accept, because you will hear maybe something that you have never heard before, or something that is very terrible that your heart may not be able to bear, or you are not matured enough to accept. So be ready, but it is very, very important for you to know, to ask. So just focus on the fact that every stage of your partner's life was necessary to make him or her a better and stronger person. It is just to make him or her a better person when you know about their past, and for you to help them that, oh, okay, this is what your past has been. I can always help you with your past. I don't have to use it against you, because it will help our relationship. It will strengthen our relationship. The craziest things that they've ever done. What are the craziest things that your partner has ever done? Even the most seemingly boring person has a crazy side, and this fact adds most excitement in your relationship. Ask them, what are those craziest things you have ever done as a childhood, as a youth, as an adult, or when you were in school, your university days, your college days. They will tell you. Even that, you know, even that quiet lady, that quiet guy that you think they are, you will be surprised to know and to hear that they too, they have craziest side of them. Everybody has it one time or the other as we're growing up. So let them share them with you. Ask the right question and you will discover a hidden wilderness within them. So if you have been looking at him or her that, oh, she's very quiet, he's very quiet, he's the silent type, she's the silent type, it's better you know that he or she has the crazy side of him or her. So when you eventually married and one day you just bring up that craziest side of him or her, you won't be surprised. You will say, oh, after all, you've told me now that when you were in school that you did something like this. So I'm not surprised if you decided to display this side of you again today, and you just laugh over it. But it's very, very important that you know all of these things. How do they see future with you? But most important, you have to know if you are part of your partner's vision. I think the best thing to do is to know, are you part of your partner's vision? Are you part of his dream? Is he or she planning anything in the future with you? Is he or she thinking of having a future with you at all? So you need to ask, and that's why I said you should define your relationship. There are times that your relationship will get to a stage that you two, you know that this relationship is heading somewhere good. You need to start asking some intimate questions. You know, we always advise that you don't meet somebody today and you start telling that person everything about your life. You have to be patient enough to make sure that at least the relationship has reached a certain stage that you are sure that both of you are heading somewhere. You know, you don't meet him in a day and begin to say, I want to pay house rent, I'm in school, and I need sponsor, I need accommodation. You begin to tell a guy that on your first day. I'm not saying that it's not possible for somebody to accept you, but it's not always like that in most cases. At least you need to be very careful, because you don't even know whether he wants an intimate relationship or just a casual relationship or just a friendship relationship. That's what depends. So if you have ended up telling him the story of your life, everything, and he ended up not having anything serious with you, you know, you'll be hurt. You'll be hurt that if I had known and I wouldn't have gone this far with this person. So you need to be very careful. When you are sure that your relationship is at the peak of where it's going somewhere to say I do, then you need to get intimate in your questioning to him or her. You need to start knowing that person in total. Everything around them, everything that you need to know, from the kind of friends that he's keeping, from the family members, the sisters, how many siblings are they, what position is he or she, is very, very important. Because if you are in a relationship with somebody who is the first son and firstborn of the family, and he has other siblings, you should know that he's like more of the father in that home, and he has a lot of responsibility. So are you ready to go along with him in that journey, being the firstborn, being the first son, being the first child of the family that has other siblings that he has to take care of? You have to consider all of that. So you can see that relationship is more than, oh, he loves me, I love him. There are other things that you need to put into consideration. If not, the same love that makes you to say I do, you'll just find out that when other things begin to crop up, begin to show face, you may not be able to take them. So that's all I said. So yes, I said you should know what is your role 5 to 10 years from now. Do you often talk about your life together? How can you be in a relationship with somebody and you are not even discussing about your life? He's not asking you anything about your own life. That what are you doing with your life? You know, when you are in a relationship with a guy and he begins to ask you, maybe you met him as a school start holder, and the person starts asking you about are you thinking of furthering your education? What are you thinking about going to the university? When a guy starts asking you like that, you should know that that person has something for you. That he has something for you. But when he's not asking about you met him as a school start holder, and 2 years relationship, you are still a school start holder, and he's not even saying anything about you furthering your education. You need to watch it. So if you are in a relationship, the person should be concerned about your future, because you know that you are going to have that future together, and if that foundation be destroyed, it's going to affect your marriage. So if you're in a relationship and somebody is not talking about that, so knowing your partner better and discovering the things, habits, and events that contribute to how they see the world can totally make a difference and can help your relationship survive the test of time. Yes, it can help your relationship to survive the test of time, because the reason why relationships fails is because we don't take time to know more about ourselves. We don't take time to ask questions about ourselves. We don't take time to study ourselves. Those things that you need to know about your partner, you did not ask. So when you are far in the relationship and all these things start showing up now, and they become things that you see that, no, I don't think I can cope with this, then you'll be thinking of breaking up. But by the time you know, and at that point you take your decision, if this is who you are, this is not the kind of person I am looking for. The qualities I'm looking for in a man and a lady, you don't have them. We can as well, here right now, put a pause to this. You need to know about their spiritual life. You need to know about their spiritual life. Does he love God? Does he love church? You need to know. It is very, very important. So that when it is time for you to start doing the work of God, when you are married, it will not be the one that will be stopping you. So you need to know his relationship with God is very, very important. You need to know his religious background. You need to know his family background. There are some people that are coming from families that have generational problems. If you don't know about that and address it before saying I do, it will be waiting for you in your marriage, and it will stand there and hold a legal ground against your marriage. We have people in marriages today now that they are having this problem because of generational problems, generational causes and all of that, because they did not know. They did not ask questions. If they had known, it's something that they would have prayed about, they would have do something about before saying I do, so that it would be waiting for them. But they never do that. So, so far so good. You need to know about your partner. So I'm putting it to you right there, you that you are in a relationship. How well do you know your partner? You that you even say that I am engaged. Look at my engagement. Yes, he has proposed. You have that engagement ring already. How well do you know him? How well do you know her? You that your own is courtship, quarter to marriage. That's where you are right now. How well do you know him or her? Are you sure you know him 95%? Because we said it cannot be perfect, Abi? But how well can you say that I know this person? That if anything, you can vouch. At least I know how many years I am in marriage, and I know that there's nothing that somebody will come and tell me now about my husband that I will not be able to say. And it's what you hear from me that you hear from him too, because we know ourselves. So if you go and tell him something about me, he knows what I can do and what I can. We just tell you, are you sure my wife did this? Are you sure? Me too, I will ask, are you sure it's my husband that did this? Because it shows the level of how well we know each other and understand you. So it's very, very important for you to get to know who. If you have not been asking questions, please start doing that right now and try and look into all those points that I've mentioned and begin to use them to ask yourselves questions. God will help you in Jesus' name. On this note, I've come to the end of today's Before You Say I Do, and I want to thank you, our viewers out there. If you have any question on our past episode on the topic of today, or there are other relationship issues that you are facing out there and you want us to help you out, please don't hesitate to drop them on that WhatsApp number that is going on. I want to thank so many of you that you have been sending in your comments, your messages. God will help you. God will help your relationship, and God will lead your relationship to that place that you so much desire in Jesus' name. You know, I said something that as from last Tuesday, that will be starting next quarter. As from last Tuesday, that is when we'll be responding to all your relationship questions, your relationship issues, any relationship questions. So always make sure that you are available, you are at home to listen, because you can learn too from the question that people are asking. Maybe you are not there yet, but somebody have experienced it. You can learn from it. So make sure that you go and put it in your diary that every last Tuesday from the next quarter, we will be taking questions, comments, we will be responding to them on this program. Thank you so much. Let me go to our recommended book. The recommended book for this week, Read Your Partner Like a Book. Read Your Partner Like a Book by Robert K. Helder. Then there's another quiz book too that I want you to get. There is a quiz book, so you can get a copy of that. It will help you to ask you so many questions so that you will know where you are. It will help you to know where you are, whether you are there or you are about to get there, or you are not anywhere at all. Then it will help you to correct it. How well do you really know your partner? It's a quiz book, a quiz book. Go and get a copy of this book and answer all the questions. And if you want to get a copy of it, you can send me a message on my WhatsApp number. I will get you a copy and you answer the question. I can even help you to analyze it and tell you where you are really. Once again, thank you so much. And for our production crew, thank you so much for being part of today's success. God bless you. Until I come your way again on another exciting episode of Before You Say I Do, I remain your host, Tope Oginni. On Before You Say I Do, we always help you to make the right decision before saying I do. Bye.
I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but once alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To back on different segment, for the engaging about story. Tope Oginni, let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to